Hey, this is the one. This is the show I'm most excited about so far. Uh, Starcade 1986. I'm calling this Plight of the Working Man. Just it builds on the whole, rich versus poor, all that stuff. It's just really good. Common man versus the man who wouldn't give him the time of day. He'd maybe let him shine his shoes. This is from the Spectrum in Philadelphia because I figure that's like historic arena, and it's also, I mean, how many working men are you gonna have in that crowd, right? This is in LA, so yeah, we got that kind of theme going in. Um, this prior to the show, Magnum TA lost his U.S. heavyweight title to Nikita Koloff at some point. I would say 3 months prior. Doesn't matter exactly. It's not booking the whole year. Anyway, our opener would be Hector Guerrero versus Brad Armstrong, because we have Hector, we use him. Good fast-paced match to kick off the show. Yeah, I guess it doesn't really matter who goes over. Guerrero's not really a member of the roster, but still, what are they going to do with Brad Armstrong, right? I have Guerrero go over. Just not really using Armstrong. Okay, then we have my favorite jobber, I would guess, in the series, Manny Fernandez, and maybe his last appearance in the series, versus Big Bubba Rogers, which is Ray Trailer, the Big Boss Man. Guess who gets squashed? If you guessed man with a filthy mullet, you would be correct. Bubba wins. Then we have rugged or rough or tough Ron Garvin, whatever you want to call him, guy like to punch people, versus Michael P.S. Hayes. Hayes wins. Why not? You got these guys. Why not? I mean, I'm not sure how I'm not going to put Garvin in the main event like some people would for the title. Okay, then we have 2 out of 3 falls match, which is obviously, as you can tell, like one of my favorite matches, and like I wouldn't overuse it. It would be mostly a Starcade thing. I would keep it for Starcade, 2 out of 3 falls, and mostly tags. I just love the idea of 2 out of 3 falls. This would be the Midnight Express with Jim Cornette versus the Rock and Roll Express. I mean, you have to do this at some point, right? I mean, I think you do. This one isn't about championships, though. This one's more personal. The Express actually win when Cornette hooks the foot of Robert Gibson and Eaton rolls him up with the assistance of the Trunks. Yeah, Midnight Express win this. Sometimes the heels go over, baby. That's just how it goes. Okay, then we have an NWA United States Heavyweight Championship match. The All-American Barry Windham versus the Russian monster, the Nightmare, Nikita Koloff, who's the champion. Wyndham makes a surprise appearance. Like no one knew he was coming in, and the even bigger surprise is he upsets the Russian Bear. Yeah, Barry's being built up to challenge for the World Heavyweight Championship next year at Starcade. Actually, gave away a little spoiler. I thought Wyndham was always underused, and I mean Luger Push could have went to someone better. Wyndham, he has a 5-star match. I mean, that's pretty fucking rare. Anyway, for that mini rant, our next match would be a huge match, the NWA World's Tag Team Championships. The Pale Riders, I'll call them, Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard, yes, the 4 horsemen are around now, with James J. Dillon as the champions, still champions from way back, versus the Road Warriors, Hawk and Animal, Philadelphia Street Fight. Now, I know I could have put this in Chicago, but Philly's better for my my theme. This would just be a hard-hitting match. Actually, a lot of weapon use, not weapon spamming, really. Even a table spot. It's Philly, baby. You gotta go hardcore for Philly. Following a doomsday device through a damn table. Yeah, it's clothesline, and then you land face first through the table. The new NWA World's Tag Team Champions, I believe after 2 years, the Road Warriors, Hawk and Animal. How could you not love it? Okay, now we gotta build up the main event, because I really love building up the main events. I'll build up other things as I go on, but it's more like building up young stars and stuff, but this is the last show where I focus on the slightly older guys. I mean, they're not old, but you know. This is Dusty Rhodes. I'm gonna have him come out to "Working Man" by Rush, which YouTube that or Groove Shark, whatever you got. If you have the album, I mean, you know, but play it anyway. It's just a really good song. And it's about the working man. Flair comes out to his music, which is not exactly something the working man can relate to. Dusty represents the people, just unity. Flair represents greed and hoarding and just stepping on other people to make your way at the top. Like kind of a corporate mentality. This starts out simply enough where Flair calls out Dusty. He said, "Dusty, why do you dress like these hobos in the crowd? He just beats up the crowd. You gotta look like a superstar, brother." So Rick is like the superstar. He may be a wrestler, but he is a superstar. And Dusty is more of a meat and potatoes wrestler. He's for the people. He would take the shirt off his own back to clothe a fan. Like, he just loved his people. Dusty basically responds by, "It's not the clothes that make the man, it's the man that makes himself." Flair says, "Shut up, you idiot, Dusty. Shut your mouth." You know, you got that. "I'm Ric Flair. I was born with a silver spoon." You know? Woo! All that shit. I haven't worked a day in my life like these fools here. I was blessed with this talent. You got Flair doing that, just running down the fans, running down Dusty. Dusty cuts off Rick. "Whoa, whoa, whoa, Daddy. You don't knock these people." You know? These are hardworking people. And since you don't know nothing about hard work, I'm going to teach you. I'm challenging you for that NWA Heavyweight Championship of the world, Daddy. You got that, right? And then Ric Flair goes, "You know what? You're on, Dusty. I probably won't even break a sweat facing your fat ass." So you got Flair acknowledging that Dusty's fat. And he said he probably won't even break a sweat, which is a big theme in the next match, our main event. For the NWA World's Heavyweight Championship, the champion, Nature Boy Ric Flair, versus the working man, Dusty Rhodes. He's not the American Dream. He's the working man. I mean, the American Dream, it's called that because you have to be sleeping to believe it. George Carlin was right. Flair would regret the comment about not breaking a sweat because Dusty would make him work. Dusty just made it so Flair would have to work and work and work, put all his weight on him, just try to run around as much as possible. Now, Dusty ends this with what I want to give him as his finisher, the Cradle Pile Driver, which is pretty cool because it's in Philly too, and it's before Lynn did it, so, you know. It's almost like Jerry Lynn will be inspired by Dusty in my timeline. It's kind of weird. I like it. So the two-year-long reign ends. Your winner and new NWA World's Heavyweight Champion, the working man, Dusty Rhodes. You got that. You got that huge celebration. Everyone floods the ring. The fans are just all in the ring. They're celebrating. Dusty's crying. That's all great. Flair just looks at him on the way out like, "You beat me." Then Flair gets out of there. Dusty celebrates with the fans. It's a great night. Just a great story. I'm willing to bet that most of the fans, I mean, the people weren't stupid now where they support a party that represents the interest of billionaires. It calls themselves the Tea Party. Anyway, enough about the politics. Dusty wins. The series continues. StarDuels. Subscribe to Mickey Babylon if you haven't already. I mean, if you haven't, like, what the fuck? Like, I've mentioned him so many times. He's even better than me. But this one's going to be hard to top, Nikki. Alright. You guys take it easy. I'm pumping this shit out way too fast. Man. I'm good, Dad. Woo!